Good morning, students. Today we will solve the numericals from the exercise of NCERT. Okay. In question number 1, 2 and 3, some quantities are given to you. Only you will identify the scalar or vector quantities. So, in question number 1, some quantities are given from which you identify scalar quantities or vector quantities. So, scalar quantities are volume, mass, speed, density, number of moles and angular frequency. Vector quantities are acceleration, velocity, displacement and angular velocity. Okay. Now, in question number 2, question is asking about scalar quantities. Some quantities are given and question is asking about scalar quantities. So, work and current are only scalar quantities. Current gives the direction of flow of charge. Okay. So, it is not a vector quantity, it is a scalar quantity. Okay. In question number 3, question is asking about vector quantity. So, impulse is only vector quantity. Impulse is equal to force into time interval. Okay. And force is a vector quantity. So, impulse is also a vector quantity. Okay. Now, question number 4. Question number 4 is some statements are given to you. They are right or wrong. You will identify. The first statement is adding any two scalars. It is not possible. So the answer is no, because only those scalars which represent same quantities can be added. For example, you can add 4 kg to 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg, 5 kg, 6 kg and so on, but never be added 1 liter to 1 kg or 1 meter to 3 kg. Okay, so similar quantities can be added. Okay, now in second statement, question is saying that a scalar can be added to a vector. The answer is no, because vector can be added to vector only. Okay, so scalar cannot be added to a vector. Okay, now the third statement, a vector can be multiplied by a scalar. Yes, this statement is right. For example, P is equal to mv. Velocity is a vector and multiplied by a scalar, it means mass, then we get momentum, which is a vector quantity. So, a vector can be multiplied by a scalar. Got it? Next statement. A scalar can be multiplied by a scalar. Yes, of course. 2 and 3 are the numbers. Both are scalar and both can be multiplied. So, the answer is yes. Now, the next statement is any two vectors can be added. Then the answer is no, because vectors, those which have same quantity, if the vector have same quantity, represent same quantity, then they can be added, otherwise no. So the answer is no. In the last, the question is saying that if vector is multiplied by its component, then it is meaningless. It has no meaning because a cos theta and a are in different directions. They cannot be multiplied. So it is not possible. Okay. Now in question number 5, true and false are there. The first is magnitude of vector. Magnitude of vector is always scalar. Then most of students know this. Because scalar plus direction is equal to vector. So the magnitude of vector is scalar. This is true. Okay. Now the second statement, component of a vector is always vector. It is not a scalar, but in question it gives a scalar, so the statement is false. Remember this, component of a vector is also vector. Okay. Now the third statement, the distance is always greater or equal to the displacement. Equal in case of when the object is moving in a straight line. Distance is equal to displacement when the object is moving along a straight line. Otherwise, distance always greater than displacement because distance is the total path length, actual path, and the displacement is shortest distance. So distance is always greater, but in case of straight line, distance is equal to displacement. Okay, so the statement is false, as question says that distance, it means total path length, is always greater. It may be in case of if the path is not a straight line. In case of a straight line, it is equal. Now, the fourth statement is average speed always greater than or equal to average velocity. Then it is true. Sometimes average velocity is greater than average velocity, but it is also equal to average velocity. Okay, and the question says both the statements, that average speed is greater or equal to average velocity. Average speed greater if the path is not a straight line. Average speed is equal to if the path is a straight line. Okay, and the last statement is three vectors not lying in a plane cannot form a triangle. If the vectors are not in a plane, then they do not form triangle, because for triangle to form the triangle, all the vectors must lie in same plane. Okay, so the statement is true because question is saying that three vectors not lying in a plane cannot add up to give a null vector. It means they do not form closed triangle. Okay, so the statement is true. Okay. In question number 6, 4 parts are given. So in first part, it has to be proven that a plus b, mod of a plus b is less than and equal to mod of a plus mode of B. For this, we have this diagram. This is a parallelogram. In this, the vector A is represented by the side OP, vector B is represented by the side PQ, and the resultant is represented by OQ, that is A plus B. Okay, now we have one thing. Sum of two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. From this, OQ is mode of A plus B because it is magnitude, less than mode of A because OP is A, plus mode of B because PQ is B. Okay, so mode of A plus B is less than mode of A plus mode of B. Now, if A and B are along a straight line, then you know that A plus B is equal to mode of A plus mode of B. So, from these two, we have A plus B less than and equal to mode of A plus mode of B. Okay. Then the B part. In B part, it is proven that A plus B, mode of A plus B is greater than and equal to mode of A minus mode of B. Okay. For this, once again, the sum of two sides of a triangle is greater than third side. From this, OQ is greater than mode of OP minus PQ. Okay, because it is always positive. Then OQ is mode of A plus B, OP is mode of A, PQ mode of B. Then we get mode of A plus B greater than mode of mode A minus mode B. Okay. Then if A and B are in opposite direction, then we get mode of A plus B is equal to mode of A minus mode of B. And from these we get A plus B mode greater than and equal to mode of A minus mode of B. Okay. Now for C and D part. C and D part, we have this diagram. In this diagram, we have the negative vector of B. Okay. So OP is A, RQ is also A, OR is minus B, PQ is also minus B, and the resultant OQ is A minus B. Okay. Once again, the sum of two sides of a triangle is greater than third side, and from this OQ is A minus B, mode of A minus B, OP is mode of A, PQ is mode of minus B, PQ is mode of minus B. But minus have no meaning in modulus, then mode of A minus B is less than mode of A plus mode of B. When A and B are in opposite direction, means they are anti-parallel to each other, then A minus B, mode of A minus B is equal to mode of A plus mode of B. From these we have mode of A minus B is less than and and equal to mod of A plus mod of B. And the fourth part, once again sum of two sides is greater than third side. Then OQ is greater than OP minus PQ. Then put the values. OQ is mod of A minus B greater than mod of A minus mod of minus B. And minus B have no meaning. Then mod of A minus B greater than mod of A minus mod of B. Okay. Now when A and minus B are in same direction, then A minus B, mod of A minus B is equal to mod of A minus mod of B. Okay. So from these greater and equal to, we have mod of A minus B greater and equal to mod of A minus mod of B. Okay.